Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. And today we're at the Muscle Car and Corvette National, the greatest muscle car show on the planet in Rosemont, Illinois. It's the weekend right before Thanksgiving. You can see the details inside the description of the video. I'm with Phillip Madden, and Phillip's got a very interesting, unique niche on his car. Phillip, what year, make, and model is this one?
So this is a 1986 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS.
But it's a little bit different. What's that little bit different?
It's a little bit different because it's a bench seat car with a 5-speed on the floor.
And how did that happen? Let's start the show, but tell us how that happened. First of all, step right alongside me. And the real key to this car, and this is why we're starting in the back, is not the fact that it's a Monte Carlo SS, but it's this right here. Tell me about the Shenk process, and let's open that at the same time.
Oh, sorry. So Charlie Graf owned Schenk Chevrolet in the mid-'80s, and Charlie said, we've got a 5-speed in the Camaro, why can't we put a 5-speed in the Monte Carlo SS? So he worked with General Motors, they came up with a package, and they started converting automatic SS's into 5-speed cars.
Now, how many of these did they do that for?
So they didn't keep numbers, they didn't record how many they were doing, so that's not known. And
have you ever seen another one?
Only the prototype.
Really?
And the prototype is highlighted in that magazine article, which is Super Chevy from 1986, April.
So they talk about it, the 5-speed Monte Carlo SS, in this article. And I'm trying to make sure that people can read that at their leisure. Did they do anything to the engine?
No, so on the engine on this car is a customer car, and there's no modifications to the engine. Just the 5-speed swap is on this car. It was a special order with the bench seat, and then was converted to the 5-speed.
Got it. I'll do that. Okay. All right, we're going to shut that trunk. I want to show it from the side. Come on along with me. So how long have you owned it?
So I've owned it just over 2 years now. I picked it up out of an auction, and my original plan was to LS3 6-speed swap it, and I said, wow, it's already got a 5-speed in it.
That's interesting.
And then I found out the history on Shenk, and I had a restoration project, not an engine swap project.
Wow. Well, first of all, it really is, regardless of the fact that it's a Shenk, it is really clean. It's a great Monte Carlo. NASCAR inspired with that nose, correct?
Correct. Aerodynamic nose on these.
That's really pretty cool.
So dominated the NASCAR circuit in the mid-'80s.
Well, let's take that flashlight. Let's come to this interior, because this is what they want to see. I'll let you open it for me, please.
Okay.
Let's go right to the side over here. Well, no. Let's show that. And that. And then, first of all, nice cushioned interior there. Very plush.
They call that the mouse fur.
The mouse fur. And although it's a bench seat, clearly it's got that little drop down. You got that backup light there, your headliner, and there's the right amount of pedals. And your 5-speed. Wow.
So all General Motors parts on the swap, and they deleted the automatic gear shifter from the dashboard.
Let's show that dash for a second. So there used to be obviously the automatic up here.
Yes.
And that's gone. So I wonder how he, let me hold that for just a second. There we go, sorry. Take that again. So how did he end up convincing General Motors to do that?
So there was a couple of things that worked in his favor when he contacted General Motors. First of all, they had put a 4-speed in the 78 Malibu, and the tunnel was already stamped. So the hole was marked, it was an easy conversion, and then there was also, for the Mexican market, the 1984 Mexican Monte Carlo export car was a 350 4-speed car. This is a 305 5-speed car for the American market.
So he convinced them that that's what they should do.
Yeah, convinced them that they should have put it in there, and General Motors provided a list of parts that was about, I think they said it was about 45 parts long, all General Motors. Shenk Chevrolet worked with Ed Quay. They produced the package. You could order the car, order the conversion package. Ed Quay Race Cars converted them, and it was warranted, full warranty by General Motors.
Isn't that interesting? Let's take a look. You know, as much as I've been doing this, over 2,000 cars, you're just continuing to learn, which is so much fun. Let's take a look under the hood, shall we?
So this car, L69 305, it's bone stock and it's an AC delete car. No air conditioning, but the 5-speed, so a little bit of weight savings. It was about running good. You know, getting the best you could get from the small motor.
Yeah. All these vacuum hoses up here.
Vacuum hoses, the smog pump is still there, everyth's there.
Where's our smog pump? Usually I
It's
see
over
it.
there on that side, below the alternator.
Let's go. Oh, there we go. Right there. Yep. Well, let's fire it up, shall we?
Okay.
Step on the brakes for a second, please.
What?
Step on the brakes for a second. Got the dual exhaust. We'll take our foot off the brakes. Take your foot off the brakes and let me listen to it idle for a moment. Let me just let it idle. Go ahead, give it a rev. Come on out. By the way, I like that little tail right there. I like that little fin right there. I'm just stand right next to your car.
Okay.
Well, this is quite the little treat you brought here today. I really appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know about your car. Thanks for bringing it out to the Muscle Car Show. Thanks for being on My Car Story.
Thank you, Lou.